Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Rashad. In today's videos, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how Carson and I have generated $1 million at 21 years old. This is kind of going to be the story on where we came from, how we started, and kind of where we are now. A couple of years ago, we started business at 18 years old. It kind of was a little bit of a shocker. We graduated high school. We knew school wasn't going to be for us. I remember I was sitting in Carson's room and he was on a sales call about to take he had brought up this thing about digital real estate, and he was on the sales call about to join this program. And I'll never forget, I'm on his couch and he had the call on speaker and the sales guy was like, with all that being said, it's going to be $7,500. And Carson sat there in silence, and I sat there and I was like, damn, that's wild. 7,000. Of course, we're 18 years old. We didn't know what we were doing. And yeah, so I'm sitting on the couch, I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, obviously at the time, I didn't know what he was talking about or what he was doing, but I knew school wasn't for me, and I knew that I wanted to do something that I just like doing. Find something that I like enjoying, trying new things, and just exploring the world really. And so I sat there. I was contemplating. This whole time he's silent. He's just sitting there thinking about it, and he goes on mute, or I tell him actually to go on mute. I finally just dropped my balls, and I was like, bro, I'll do this with you 50-50 if you're down to do it. He looked at me and he was like, are you serious? And I was like, 100%. And from there on, started the LLC, named it Don't Panic Digital Agency, and from there it was off to the races. We started doing cold calls. We started building out funnels with Go High Level. That's kind of where we got put on with Go High Level and stuff like that. He brought me on there. He was like, this is my business partner now. We actually took that sales call. We actually ended up taking out a loan for it because at 18 we did not have 7 racks put to the side, but we ended up taking a loan out for it, and we knew we were going to get it done. We got everything rolling and we were off to the races, and we just started grinding day in and day out. We didn't do no partying. We didn't do no smoking, no drinking. I lied. We actually did do a little bit of smoking, but no drinking. Just solely focused, just wanting to pay this loan off and just dial in. So here's a couple of months after we were still cold calling. Obviously, cold calling sucks. We ended up finally cold calling, and we ended up getting a med spa. We ended up signing her for $2,500 a month, and we were stoked. We were pumped about it. We had paid some of the loan off, but we also had to pay for client acquisition. So this company that we were with, I guess I'll give a little backstory on that. We paid them $7,500 to basically fulfill our product, and all we would have to do with is sales, right? So out of the 25, we had to give them like 16 or 1,800 bucks. So me and Carson didn't really have much profit over, but we were happy that we got our first client. We actually sold her, and this was something that, we actually got to see the ball rolling on. So after signing her, that's when we had our first client headache. She was hitting us up middle of the night, kind of yelling at us, being like, this is wrong, this and that. At the time, we didn't know what we were doing, so we were running Facebook ads, and I think we were like spending maybe, I think it was like $500 to $1,000 a day. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, we were spending money on ads, and then once we started getting ads, or once we actually had the ads rolling, we actually were getting leads. We were like, holy crap, this is actually working. But like I said, me and Carson didn't know what we were doing. We just ended up not having a sales funnel. So we had all these leads, but nobody was converting at all. And even at the beginning, we kind of messed up in the ads to where we had the ads targeted for Georgia, but it was targeting Georgia, like the country Georgia, not Atlanta, Georgia, And so it kind of screwed us up right there. And so for 30 days, we was like, we don't know what's going on, or we didn't tell her that we didn't know what was going on. But me and Carson was like, guys, what's going on? We're getting leads, but we're not getting any sales. And so at the end of the 30 days, she obviously didn't see the results that she wanted to see, and she ended up moving on forward, and then we ended up losing that client. But shortly after that, like I said, we paid a little bit of the loan down. Shortly after that, we started to do like website building. We would get like little small jobs here and there that'll pay us like 15 to 2,000 bucks. We'll get a website up and done, and we'll host it on GHL. Shortly after that, we ended up having a word to mouth. It was a very good word to mouth. This guy needed a whole website rebuilt, his whole website managed and stuff like that, needed help with marketing and stuff like that. And we were the guys for it. Carson does most of the sales. I do most of the product side and the marketing. So Carson was on the sales call with this guy, talking to him, and Carson ended up eventually closing him for $5,000. We ended up meeting him the next day, actually, as two 18-year-olds picking up a check for $5,000, and we took him out to dinner. After that, we ended up paying our loan completely off. We fulfilled that order. He was our client for about a couple of years or two, and then things just started to kind of go downhill. We just weren't really seeing eye to eye, and then we ended up kind of separating our own ways, not on any bad terms, by the way. We aren't on bad terms with any of our clients. We love them, or any of our previous clients. We love them dearly, and they are still succeeding, and we still actually kind of keep in contact with them. So after we paid our loan off, it was a weight off our shoulders. Even though we had $0 in the bank account, we were fulfilling this guy's orders. We were just doing everything that we were supposed to do, And even in the meantime, we were paying this loan down because obviously, like you have to pay the loan monthly. So we were paying like $300 a month on this loan. So like I was saying, like we was doing side jobs, and then like we got that one big deal. And so once we paid the loan fully off, I think we only had to pay like $2,000 left. And so we paid that off. And so me and Carson only had like $3K left, $1,500 each. And we ended up, I think we were sitting down at Carson's house actually, and we were just scrolling on Instagram, and we had ran across this thing for like high ticket accelerator, right? And so me and Carson saw it. It was kind of a bit iffy at first. We was like, gosh, another loan, or gosh, do we join another mentorship? Because for us, with the first mentorship that we got, it wasn't really we learned, of course, but we didn't really get the value that we thought we were going to get. It was kind of a lot of over promising and under delivering. But hey, that's part of business. That's part of life. You're going to have those type of mentorships that you spend a lot of money on, and it may not be worth what you thought it was, And so me and Carson, we sat there. I was like, bro, you know what? This is going to be a new stepping stone for us. Why not just fill out the information and hop on the sales call, right? So we hopped on the sales call. Come to find out, the package was actually $3,000. So I had $1,500 and Carson had $1,500, and we sat there and we was like, bro, this is going to be the next move that we need to do to help us succeed further in life, or push us further. And so without a doubt, me and Carson, we spent that $3K together, and we were solely locked in. So if once we joined that program, we were kind of forward on doing kind of like, we were still doing cold call, but we needed to start building our personal brand, right? And so like me, I'm not really a personal brand type of guy. I'm just going to be straight out there for you, but I do know what a personal brand can do for you, and how it can benefit you and your business in the long run. And so Carson started building his personal brand, and then I was kind of finding clients first, and he would reach out to him, do a little bit of cold calling. I would actually do cold calling as well. And then yeah, and so as you know, cold calling was a headache. Me and Carson seen no success in the cold calling once we joined the mentorship. And then they came out with this new thing called growth operating. Yes, we were in the growth operator run. Once we joined growth operating, or we didn't really join growth operating, it kind of just got like shifted onto us, and we was like, this kind of makes sense for us because we were struggling. You know what I mean? We weren't really getting any clients from the cold calling. The agency model was kind of a headache anyways. At the time, we were starting to fall off with we weren't really falling off with our client, the guy, but we were not seeing eye to eye. We actually came up with a solution for him, and he actually liked it, and we had the ball rolling back again with him. So we had more income coming in for us. But then that's when we started to do the whole outreach thing, and then we ended up having a tech offer. And so with that offer, we basically just help people get into tech sales within 90 days, and people were seeing results. It was actually quite fun. We did I think 11K in like a week, and then us and that guy just wasn't seeing eye to eye as well. Because I will say, for me and Carson, if you want to work with, I say, a creator, I say you want to do this for like a passion. You know what I mean? You don't want to do this just for the money. You want to do this for your passion, right? This is something that you should love. Me and Carson love doing the work. We love doing the marketing. Carson loves taking the sales calls. Like, this is something we can wake up and do with or without the money. You know what I mean? And so we decided to just part ways. We didn't see eye to eye there. And then moving forward, we ended up connecting with another individual who had brought on to us a prospect / offer. And so we started working on that offer. It was a fitness offer. This fitness offer kind of really took me and Carson off the ground. The first month we did 17 grand. The first month opening the business. We ended up meeting Alex Hormozi and Sam Ovens on like the second month of school games. And we were just rolling. Me and Carson was making, at the time, the most money we were ever making. And we were grinding. Like, we were just going. We scaled that offer all the way up to $37,000 a month. I can put that little picture right here. And we were just scaling. Me and Carson thought we were on top of the world. We put all of our eggs in one basket, and we just started to wake up, not do shit. We would just sit on our ass, have 10K days. We receive a payout of like 10K every Friday. And it just got to the point to where me and Carson got complacent. You know what I mean? And me and Carson would just sit there, get high, and money was just coming in. We thought life was good. We thought we were sitting on top of the world. And then one day, the guy came to us and was like, he no longer wanted to work anymore. He thought he could do it on his own. And that was kind of a left field hit. You know what I mean? A turn out of nowhere. Because me and Carson wasn't expecting that. We had built we built it from ground zero, literally. And we thought this was going to be something that we were going to be able to have forever. And we didn't, And so me and Carson, we rolled with the punch. We was like, wow, okay. Luckily, we kind of saved a little bit. This is another thing. Me and Carson were making all this money, but we weren't saving. We were just spending it all, going on dinners, buying guns, buying clothes, and none of that stuff is really worth it when it comes down to the point to where you no longer are going to be able to make that type of money anymore, to where now you're going to have to cut your expenses, and truly dial in the process of like, holy cow, I actually have to conserve my money. And so me and Carson, we saved our money. We started working with the offer we were with now. We started a low ticket community. Once he left us, me and Carson were kind of in and out for a couple of days, and then we started grinding back out, doing outreach, looking for new opportunities. And this one opportunity came to us, which is the opportunity we still have now. And we started a low ticket offer with this opportunity, and it didn't really turn out the way we thought it would. And so we ended up actually separating our ways. But then here, I think like a couple months later, we actually reconnected with this individual, and we actually clicked. And so now we are running a personal brand offer with this opportunity, and it's going greater than ever, right? I can put it right here. We just hit $100,000 cash collected. And we're moving, We just picked up a new opportunity. It's going to be a funding offer. We're going to start running ads with that shortly. And yeah. And so I'll just go back on to where me and Carson, where we got complacent. I'll say that feeling right there is a feeling that probably will never feel again, because we now know what to do with our money, and we now know not to put all of our eggs in one basket. I think I had said that previously, is keep pushing forward. No matter how much money you have in your bank account, don't get complacent with where you're at. Always keep pushing forward. Don't set And I say, like, don't set a goal number in your head. Like, don't say $10,000, because once you set $10,000 like we did, we always wanted to hit 10K a month. Once you set 10K a month, you reach 10K a month, the work ethic, the drive, and the mentality that you had when reaching 10K a month, you're now not going to have that once you reach 10K a month, because you felt like you've reached that level in life to where you're like, holy cow, you know? You always want to just continue to be better. I'd say practice does not make perfect. Practice makes improvement. No one out there is going to be perfect. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, none of those guys are perfect. Although you guys may view them as perfect, no one out there is perfect. So as long as you continue to keep pushing, put in the work, keep practicing, getting better at your craft, you should always just want to continue to improve. And with improvement will always come with the outcome of course, money. Money's always going to come when you're doing something that has high leverage, and you're doing something that you love to do, and you're not in it for the money. You know what I mean? Me and Carson love seeing our clients, or the offers that we work on, the clients through those offers get results. That's the biggest thing for us. You know what I mean? That's crazy, you know, especially when we're helping that opportunity build the product out and strive and even just be better for his audience himself. And so, kind of just to sum everything up, that kind of was the story on kind of how me and Carson generated $1 million at 21 years old. And when I say that, I don't mean me and Carson personally made $1 million. We've generated $1 million with the opportunities that we've had. We are very blessed. And now, like I said, we've just touched 100 grand in 2 months. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, I kind of just want to sum it all back up is try new shit. Go out there and try shit. You know what I mean? We're young. We have nothing left. We have nothing really to lose, honestly. Especially when you're still staying with your parents. I mean, as long as you can pay for yourself, provide for yourself, pay for the things that you need and stuff like that. And I know every situation is different. Just try shit, you know. It took us a while to actually get to this point, and we're still not where we want to be at, you know. But the lessons that we've learned, the people that we've met, has actually, you know, opened up my eyes. It changed our lives, you know what I mean? Even going back to, like, just thinking on where we were when we graduated. You know, I was in a low point in my life. I lost one of my best friends. My girlfriend at the time broke up with me, and I knew I needed to find something to better myself in life, and also provide something that can benefit me and my family in the long run. You know, I feel like once you find that switch in your brain, it's off to the races from there, you know. And so yeah, that's kind of the story. That's kind of where we are now. That's kind of what we've done. And yeah, so I hope you guys found this video kind of interesting. I'm going to continue to keep making new videos and just keep putting down knowledge on you guys. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.